but that kind of shows what kind of a guy that guy is. And the one thing I know for sure, there are 2 Division I basketball coaches from Alpena, and both their names are Dutch. I know you tried to screw me up, Coach, but I got it. I found it. I found it. Nicknamed the Dutcherman by the Alpena News, the 1965-66 ACC men's basketball team was led by legendary coach Jim Dutcher, who was in his 8th season at ACC. Team members included co-captain Jim McCormick, Roy McNeely, along with Jim Doty, Tom Richardson, Mike Dwyer, Harvey Hughes, Dennis Blair, Ted Charlton, Ellis Hay, Bill McDowell, Gary Smith, and Jim McCall. After a stellar regular season in which they had a 16-game win streak, the Lumberjacks ended up sharing the league title with Port Huron. In the Region 12 playoffs, the Lumberjacks ousted the defending national champions Vincennes University to win the regional championship and earn a spot in the National Junior College Athletic Association National Finals in Hutchinson, Kansas. In the finals, the Lumberjacks lost to Moberly Community College in the first round and Casper College of Wyoming in the consolation round. The team ended the season with a 22-5 record and were considered to be among the top 16 teams in the country. And in our little reception last evening, I was talking with some of the guys, and I said, you know, they played Moberly and Casper, and if you picked up a program from the national championship tournament, those teams are still around there almost all the time. So, good lineage. Maybe you did screw me up. Hiding on the very bottom, the members of the 1965-66 team. Roy McNeely, who had passed, his wife, Lucia, was going to be here, but she had a medical emergency, so she couldn't be here this evening. Tim Dowdy, Ellis Hayes, Harvey Hughes, Tom Richardson, Gary Smith. Then the folks who I believe are here this evening, come on up, guys. Jim McCormick, Mike Dwyer. And the manager, Gary Gray.
Go ahead.
Absolutely, you are.
Yeah. Yeah. That boy, Jimmy. Woo!
Excuse me, I get really nervous. This is very special for me, and I know it's for the rest of my teammates. I'm one of the Melvindale boys. You heard my name announced by Coach Dutcher, and I want to make sure I thank the person that I admire the most in this game of basketball. I grew up in Melvindale, and like Coach Dutcher said, Bob Wallace is the one who sent everybody from Melvindale and the others that Coach Dutcher had mentioned to Alpena. And I was the last one of that bunch that he mentioned. And I was also the smallest one on the team, as you can see. And I felt so honored just to be a member of this team. And I didn't realize at the time what we had. I didn't know our team was like this. I didn't know we had the talent that we did. I didn't know that Coach Dutcher could get the talent out of us as he did. And I'll tell you, you've read his acolytes. He's one of the best coaches that have ever been in our country before. And he knows how to coach the game. He knows the game. He got every ounce of talent out of our team that you can imagine. These guys here to my left, they just played their hearts out. And it made me feel good because they usually ran the score up high enough so I got the ball game. And every basketball player has a story, and I'm going to tell you a quick one. It was the last game of our regular season schedule. We were playing Traverse City, and it was our last home game. And of course, we had a good lead, and Coach had put me in like he always did when he could. And Jim McCullum was in there with me, and a couple of the other guys who I'm not really sure who was on the court. But the clock was winding down, and we played in old Alpena High School, and it wasn't a digital clock like we have today. It was a circular clock, and the hand went around like that. And it was the end of the ball game, and Traverse City had just scored a shot, and I received the ball inbounds at the far end of the court, and our basket was down at the other end, and I looked up at the clock, and I see it's about 8 seconds, so I'm counting in my head. 8, 7, 6. When it got to about that far, I put the ball up on my shoulder like a football. I threw it the length of the court. Jim McCullum, my buddy, standing under the basket at the other end. He says, "Oh, great, Sam. I'm going to get this ball. I'm going to put it in for the end of the game, and everything is going to be great." Would you know that ball went straight through the basket? Never touched the backboard or the rim. It was a solid shot all the way. Poor Jim's under there like this, shaking his head. I'm sorry, Jim. But you know what? It's not that I made the shot. It's that shot is a symbol of what that team was like for the whole year. If we had to do it because of Coach Dutcher, we did do it. Yeah. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart, Coach, because what you put in our heads and made us work physically, it carried on to our adult lives. I didn't quite get to your coaching level, but I did get to coach my children in middle school, both my 2 girls and my 2 sons. And I'll tell you, that was so much fun. And I use a lot of the things that you taught us in bringing them up. And like, there's several officials in this room. I also got to referee Michigan high school basketball myself, as well as calling balls and strikes in high school baseball. I really enjoyed that. That was my life. I would love to thank Coach Dutcher, and of course, ACC is so special to me. I love this school, and I love it so much I got 2 degrees here. And while I was in Alpena, I gotta pat myself on the back a little bit. While I was in Alpena, and I was sitting on the bench, and we had a wonderful team. I had strong backing by the student body. And if you weren't there, not many of you are old enough to remember us playing. Maybe a few of you are, but most of you aren't. They'd start chanting my name. you know, and I'm waiting for the coach, and he's not even looking at me. And the people in the audience kept getting louder and louder. We want Sam, we want Sam. And it got so loud. Finally, he looked down at me and says, "Come on, Sam." I stand up, and the gymnasium erupted. The noise and applause. That's our following. We had this. It wasn't just the college. This city got behind us 100%. And when we won the championship and got to go to Kansas, they were backing us again. Merchants were giving money to the coach, and homeowners and just people who lived here were supporting us and paying for us to go out there. That cost a lot of money. We did what we could, but Coach, you're the best, buddy. Now, I gotta say, I got another following here tonight. I got about 4 or 5 tables here that are here because of me. Thank you. One more thing. I love this school and this city so much that I came back the following semester and I met a young lady named Mary Kay Gibson. 57 years we've been here. 3 of our 4 children are sitting with her, and at these other tables are my closest, best, and loving friends. God bless you all. God bless Alpena.